guys and dolls, it's me, Cora. If you are new to my channel, allow me to introduce myself. I am somebody who is truly obsessed with Broad City, and I cannot wait for it to come back next month. Who is with me? In the comments, let me know who's super excited to see Broad City. Speaking of the comment section, a couple of weeks ago, I did a shop with me video at Daiso, which is a Japanese dollar store, which I am obsessed with. In that video, tons of you were like, hey, please, 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 please do a Shop Miss A haul. Check out Shop Miss A. Shop Miss A is the best. So I did it. I immediately went and looked on the site and was bowled over because everything is $1. $1. That's even cheaper than Daiso, because it's like, Daiso's like a dollar store, but like a lot of things are a little more expensive. There were a couple things on the Shop Miss A site that were a little more, but I didn't get any of those because I was like, I like the sound of $1, please. So I'm going to now tear open this bag and do a makeup tutorial with the stuff that I bought. So I ordered a total of 48 things. So obviously I can't put 48 things on my face. I mean, unless it was like a challenge, but that's not what I'm here for today. So I kind of picked a couple things that I really like that I'm going to share with you guys in this video, and then I'll do another video in the future with some of the other things that I picked up. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply my foundation. And if you guys remember my Daiso video, I loved this Santee foundation. I actually put this in my everyday makeup area because it's so great and lightweight and just a good color match. They didn't have the same color in this foundation, which is their Makeup Flawless Bare. This one's more of like a full coverage, very dewy looking foundation. This isn't going to match me, but we're going to put it on anyway because I think it looks quite lovely. And I, like you can see, it's very peachy. It's very deep for me. What I really like about this foundation is that it has a nice glowy appearance. And again, it doesn't have like a super full coverage, but it does even out the skin tone. And that's really what I like to see. I don't necessarily like a super full coverage foundation every day. On the Shop Miss A site, they do have a sponge that is similar to the Beauty Blender where you activate it with water and everything. Mine is really, really hard. And when I tried using it with this foundation, they did not play nice together. So I'm not going to give up on it. I'll give it another shot another day with one of my other foundations. That way I'm not testing two products together and just, you know, maybe these two individual products just don't work together very well. So I will test that out more and maybe revisit that at a later time, if nothing else, in one of my The Shit videos. I'm just putting this on my face. It's like peach and then my skin tone. At this point you can see that this is much deeper than my body skin, which looks really weird. So I'm going to share with you guys one of my little tricks for that. Take some body lotion. You can also use face lotion if you want. You have your foundation. Mix them together on the back of your hand or a palette or in the palm of your hand or whatever feels good to you. And then you're applying a sheared out version of it to your neck, so you're not going like full Monty with foundation down your neck. And then onto your chest as well. I'm not going to apply it like everywhere, but just enough to make it match. I do really like the finish of this foundation, and I would be interested in getting the proper color for me at a later time. And I mean, again, for like $1, can't beat it. For powder today, I picked up this Cleanista pressed powder, and it's kind of difficult to open, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to use the enclosed sponge to do the press and roll technique to really make my pores disappear. Again, with this powder, I feel like it's a little bit too deep for me. This is the lightest shade available, so keep that in mind. And I am far from the lightest shade that people are. I am currently a little bit deeper in color because I've been going to the beach, and even with my best efforts of using sunscreen and stuff, you just it's unavoidable, you get a little darker. Not terribly so, but just enough that, you know, I'll have to slightly modify my foundation colors and things like that. Forgot to do concealer. I bought 2 concealers. Neither of them are going to work because this stick one is very dry, so this would only work for like zits and things like that on the face. And well, maybe right there, I don't know, it's a lot lighter than the foundation that I'm using, so, and I have a zit right here where my little freckle is, which is always so annoying to me. I'm like, why you gotta be on a freckle? The concealer that I picked up is this one, which is a peachy one, which will not work for me. It's much too deep, but if you have a medium or slightly like medium deep skin tone, this might be a great peachy concealer for you. And this is from the AOA line. It's a little on the stickier side, and I'm not sure how I felt about the texture. It was like really thick and really pigmented, but if that's what you're looking for, it's kind of perfect. For my concealer, I'm just going to use this one from Wet n Wild, because I figured, you know, it's still drugstore, it's still inexpensive, and it happens to be one of my favorite concealers, period. Now I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow. In fact, I'm going to do my brows first. I'm going to use the brow pencil that I showed you guys in my Daiso haul. I freaking love this brow pencil. One thing that I found that really helped it work, and I'm sorry if my mirror's in the way. One thing that I really found that helps it work is to powder my brows before I use the pencil, and this will somehow make the color a bit ashier. So it ends up working for me perfectly once I've powdered them. Just apply that. You do. Going for a natural look with the brows today. The brow gel that I picked up this time is a tinted brow gel from a brand called Amuse, and it's actually black. So I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking for like a Halloween video, but I'm gonna apply this really lightly over the top just to deepen them. Got my Groucho Marx brows. I wish I could wiggle them like that. So next, I'm going to use this eyeshadow primer. This is from Santee, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's quite pretty. So put that on the eyelid. Synthetic brush that I use for my concealer, and use that to blend it in. Now, ordinarily I would powder my lids, which is what I've been doing recently. However, these eyeshadows that I'm going to use don't have a lot of pigment, so any like color oxidation that's going to happen from using a sticky base like this will actually help enhance the eyeshadows. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this Clean Color Quad. Start out with this middle color, or this end, like second to last color, second to darkest color, whatever. I kind of dug my brush in it because these are a little sad. And then I'm going to put that on my lid all over. Very natural color. It's really quite lovely. Camera, can you just focus and like work with me? Thanks. That would be great. Then I'm going to take this kind of plummy color from the palette, tap off the extra, and then I'm going to rock that in my socket line. And I'm using an e.l.f. brush that I also picked up from the site. Now, I really like the color. What is happening? Camera, focus. Do it. Focus. Okay, so I can't get too close apparently because it'll unfocus itself. This goes on kind of patchy, not gonna lie to you. The color's pretty, but it's kind of sheer and kind of patchy. But really, camera, just focus. Just stay focused. It's really not that hard. What I'm trying to say is, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore because I'm so annoyed. I mean, this eyeshadow palette is $1, so you know you might have to work a little extra hard to get it to blend, but it's pretty cheap, so I'm gonna let it slide. I'm having issues with this brush, not because it's necessarily a bad brush, but because it's kind of like dense and short and everything, and then this shadow is like hard to blend. I'm just gonna have to call in reinforcements, so I'm going to use this one from Smith Cosmetics because it's a little pointed and a bit softer, and I can just sort of like pick up the shadow on one side. Camera, seriously, I don't know what's wrong with my camera. I would like to apologize for my camera today. Then I can sweep the color onto the lid and see how that's just a little bit smoother with a softer brush. It's still not perfect. It's still kind of funky, but we will make it work. I'm also going to take another softer brush with this kind of like mauvey pink, dusty pink color. And I'm going to use that on the inner part here to soften everything out. And out on the outer edge as well. I'm not sure how this highlight color is going to work, but we're going to try it. Powders are just really, really soft, and they're the kind that you have to be super careful how you blend, otherwise they're going to go really muddy. However, I would like to reiterate that this palette's only $1. So, you know, especially if you are getting started with makeup or you just want to kind of experiment with a color or something, this might be a good option. If you already have a pretty sizable eyeshadow collection, I'm not sure you need this. I'm going to pick up an LA Colors Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Cherry Blossom. It's a really pretty pink. And I'm going to put that all over my lid, the lower part of the lid. I'm going to take an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and this Princessa pigment, which the shape of this container reminds me so much of like the Benefit ones that they used to have. It's actually uncanny. So I don't know if anyone remembers those ones from about like maybe 10 years ago. I don't know how long they sold them for, but that's the last time I bought one. And when I saw these online, I was like, oh, that's like the same thing I used to buy from Benefit. So probably the same manufacturer, just makes the packaging. You know, I'm not saying that these are exactly identical, but so I'm just pressing that powder over the shadow pencil, which is going to make it come out much more intense than it would on its own. It's very pretty on its own. It's just with the shadow pencil, it's a little more intense. And then I'm just going to blend the purple shadow a little bit because I'm not trying to make like a super harsh cut crease. I want this to be relatively soft, especially since these shadows, they kind of want to muddy together, so just kind of let them do their thing. For eyeliner today, I'm going to use the Clean Color Master Strokes Longwear Nude Shadow Stick in the shade Burnt Cinnamon. I'm using a Wayne Goss 21 brush, which is intended for brows, but it also works really great for doing eyeliner. And I'm just kind of rubbing that back and forth on the pencil and then pressing that into my lash line. This is not about doing something super precise. I'm just trying to get a little bit of depth of color right at the root of my lash. For the bottom lashes, I'm really excited because on the website they had a red eyeliner, this beautiful burgundy eyeliner. Now, this is a little misleading because this looks like it's a really pretty like hot metallic red, and it's more like a berry color, but I'll take it. So, draw that on my lower lash line, which requires me to do that, so I can't talk while I'm doing it. This is a traditional pencil, so it will be a bit smeary, but it's also not too creamy either. I really like the texture of this, and I love the color. This is really cool. It's really awesome to find a red eyeliner for $1. Then on top of that, I'm going to apply this one from Santee called Diamond Smoky. And it's sort of like a shimmery gray color. And the two mixed together will make a bit of more like a burgundy purple, you can see, rather than just red. Plus this one has some glimmery, shimmery bits in it, which I find to be quite pretty. This one also came with like a little thing for smearing it out on the bottom, which I thought was kind of cool. It's a little rough. I don't think I'd ever poke myself in the eye with that again. Actually, my eyes are kind of stinging now. Now, I happen to like that like heavy lidded look like this, where it's like a lot of eyeliner on the bottom. Not everyone's a fan. To enhance my inner rims, I got a white pencil from Clean Color. This is an eye and brow pencil in the shade White. Sometimes when you get a brand new pencil, it's really sharp and it can actually like poke you in the eye, which is what I just experienced. So just break off the tip. For mascara, I'm going to use this one from Santee that I picked up called Bold Eye Mascara. This is meant to be a waterproof mascara, so we shall see. Nice big fat brush. I just realized it smells kind of like Awapui shampoo, which is pleasant and weird. You know, like most mascara has that like typical like mascara smell, whereas this it's like scented and it's lovely. But it's just sort of off-putting, like, why you smell like shampoo? Bollocks. Do you see that? Mascara is transferring really bad. It's very wet still. Oh my god, is it getting everywhere? Like, look. Mascara, 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 mascara. What? So this mascara is a bust. Not one to give up that easy though, so I'm going to still apply my blush and finish the look, damn it. So the blush that I'm using today is from Amuse, and this is Satin Sheets. It's a really pretty color. A Japanesque brush, which is a dupe of the expensive NARS brush. And I'm going to blush up my cheeks. That's a pretty color. And then for lips, I'm going to use this LA Colors Pout Lip Gloss, and I really, really like this stuff. The texture and the smell reminds me a lot of this lipstick company that existed, I don't know if it still exists, but a couple of years ago, they had these really great glosses called Bombshell, and the texture and the smell of them was fantastic, and this is almost identical. And let me tell you something, they cost a lot more than $1, so I think they were like 18 bucks. So this is like a cool throwback for me where I'm like, same texture, same smell, and it's only $1. So that is a really pretty look, minus the mascara. Like, look at this mascara. I feel like doing a little highlight with one of these powders too. I got, the first powder that I used is shade 13. This one is shade 117, and this one has a little bit of a duochrome effect, and I'm going to use it to highlight on my face. So I'm just going to pick up just teeny tiny little bits of it on my ring finger. I want to put it like on the bridge of my nose. Right there. Seems like so silly to like keep going full force with the makeup when I've got mascara all over my face, but I'm not a quitter. So that is a really fun makeup look. I love the pink and the purple and everything. It's almost like a little bit flapper-esque. I hope that you guys will check in with me for my next video, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Remember to vintage or tacky, just be your own kind of beautiful. See you, bye! So much mascara blurbs. So many. So many.